And at Golden Gate Park, a World War Memorial is getting a big upgrade. Lauren Tom spoke to the man who's making sure it does not go forgotten.
It's almost like a living cathedral with the trees and everything.
Nestled away in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park lies a modest memorial to the men and women of San Francisco who died in World War I. The memorial, featuring a granite monument, has stood there among the towering redwood trees since 1932. But it wasn't until just last week that Ken Maley was able to make the history of Heroes Grove easier for people to find.
These trees had been here for 100 years, and no one since the 1919 really had any idea what it was and why it was here.
Dozens of people every day walk through the memorial grove that sits just steps off JFK Promenade. The grove itself was dedicated in 1919, just 3 days after Memorial Day. And until now, many passersby knew little about its history or significance. Ken has spent nearly a decade trying to change that. In 2019, he and the Veterans Commemorative Committee installed a boulder with the words Heroes Grove near the memorial. And just last week, he had a second boulder installed in the Rose Garden that bookends the grove. He also worked with the city's parks department to install QR codes on both boulders that take any user directly to the department's website to learn more about the history of the memorial.
I actually heard people say, oh, it's called Heroes Grove, or people would say, oh, I found the QR code. I never knew about it. And I'm hopeful that lots of people will do it. I'd be happy if Rec and Park told me, I'm sorry it crashed, too many people.
Paul Whitehouse served in the Army during Operation Desert Storm. He stops by every Memorial and Veterans Day to remember those lost to war.
I'd love to be able to come out here one time, before I die and just say, well, we've solved it. Everything you fought for, we solved it. It's all good. Nobody ever has to do what you guys did.
The site's newfound accessibility is bringing hope that service members lost a century ago won't be forgotten.
They're from here. It's nice to know that, somebody else who's also around here decided to make sure that they were remembered, not just in some little rock in the middle of the woods.
And on this Memorial Day, Ken reads the names of 748 men and 13 women of San Francisco, remembering their service and sacrifice.
And these must have been brothers, Edward and William Underwood. Two brothers got together and went off to the war, and here we are.
Ken never served in the military. He says his draft number was just never selected. But this is his own act of service, a tangible way of honoring the fallen who fought and died for their country.